This is Journey Through John. We are looking at John chapter 12, verses 34 to 36. Background, remember some Greeks have come to speak to Jesus, and Jesus then starts his discourse with the people in the community, and he's saying his hour is here, and he's not going to be saved from that hour because this is the very reason that he's headed into the crucifixion, is what he came for, and that's his purpose. And then he also says that judgment is now here, and this is going to judge the world. And then he said that when he's lifted up, that's the key term he used, he would draw all men to himself. That's kind of all the background behind what's going on. Let's pick this up. It says in verse 34. So the crowd answered him, "We have heard from the law that the Christ remains forever. How can you say that the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man?" So Jesus said to them, "The light is among you for a little while longer. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness overtake you. The one who walks in darkness does not know where he is going. While you have the light, believe in the light, that you may become sons of light." Okay, let's go back up. He had said he's going to be lifted up. They clearly knew what he was talking about because they said, wait a second, we know from the law that he has to exist forever. He can't die. So how can you say he's going to die? There's plenty of places in the Old Testament, Psalm 89, Isaiah 9:17, Daniel 7:14, all talk about this ruler, this one whose kingdom would endure forever, that he would endure forever. So they knew what he was talking about, and they just didn't understand how this was going to work. There was something more here beyond their grasp. They didn't get it, which is a good warning for us when we think about how people understood Jesus' first coming and how they didn't understand that he would come as a baby and live this period of time, just didn't show up on the scene as entering Jerusalem as a reigning king. There was a thing that was playing out and transpiring. And then also they didn't understand he's supposed to live forever, but how could he die? Because we can see so often that the people did not anticipate Jesus' first coming. They did not anticipate the cross. It should humble us to recognize that we might not have all the details exactly right when it comes to his second coming and the final judgment. So we must trust what is written and recognize that some of these things might be a little bit more of a mystery to us, but the things we need, we have, and we need to hold on to those pretty well and kind of trust that it might not be exactly like we think in all the minor detail, just like the case for them. I also want to draw your attention to what he said here at the end. You need to walk in the light. If you don't walk in the light, you're in the darkness. There's not a little bit of light. You have some, you don't have. It's kind of all or nothing. And the last line here, he said that if you walk in the light, believe in the light, that you may become sons of light. Remember all the way back to John chapter 1 in that early introduction, that the light was coming into the world. Remember those themes? The world did not see him. The world did not accept him. But to those who do, he gave the right to become children of God. Here he's saying to those who do, they may become sons of light. And then there's a sense of urgency. Don't walk in the darkness. Walk in the light. This passage of Scripture, this whole conversation that Jesus has just spoken to these people is really good for us. He came for a purpose. That purpose was to go to the cross, which would bring judgment upon the world then and continuing to a final judgment. And by doing so, he would draw people from every tribe, tongue, nation, all kinds of people to himself. And he's saying, don't walk in the darkness. If you're walking in the darkness and watching these videos, man, I really commend you. But don't walk in the darkness. Believe in the light, Jesus Christ, who he's referring to himself as, that you may become sons of light.